let's look at the analysis. We're looking at a two-county metropolitan area here, right? We're just looking at construction in this two-county area. It's a metropolitan area. We're ignoring all the other areas that are pretty far away. We're looking at what's going on here. All right, fine. Now, the multipliers are also reduced for the three reasons I explained. Saving money, buying something not made locally, like gasoline or a coat or a neon-colored, lime-colored shirt that was purchased out of town, or going on vacation, right? Where'd you go on vacation last?
Florida.
Florida, you're a slime ball. You bought that shirt for him when you were in Florida. You're also a thoughtless kind of guy, right? The other reason is this here. So look, notice, these are all services, pretty much. And these are almost all goods. Now the thing is, when you build a house, you need all these things. Not all the time, everybody all the time, but most builders and people living in homes will avail themselves of these services. Psychiatric services, tattoo parlors, medical services, dry cleaning, daycare, and on and on and on. So we'll need these services, and they'll be produced locally because the home is being built. Because of the home being built, these services will be produced locally. These, by contrast, are a different story. Yes, when you sell a house, you're going to have to put a mattress in the house, undoubtedly, or a washing machine, or carpeting, or lighting. But will the lighting company, or the fixture company, or the bathtub company make an extra bathtub because Hunsaker's making another house, right? And the answer is no. You're buying a Moen faucet or something, or a Crane toilet, or whatever it is, right? Or an Amana oven or something, right? They're not going to make, oh yeah, Hunsaker's making another house. We better make 3 more bathtubs or something. I don't think so. They make whatever they make, and that's the story. They don't think about you personally. If you build a house in Seattle, dude, would they make an extra Boeing 747? No. That's the question. If you answer no to that question, they fall into the bottom category. Otherwise, so most things end up here. There are relatively few that end up here. That also reduces the multiplier. Keeps it down to 50%, roughly. We'll get the numbers exactly. So we're looking at 2 counties. We're looking at activity in 2013. And now we're going to get to the crux of the story. Let's look at the inputs of the model. So this is the average new home price. Some are more expensive, some are less expensive, varies. This is the raw lot, undeveloped, unplatted, unzoned. These are the fees the builder and developer collectively have to pay to get permission to build. Otherwise, it's a stop order. And that's the annual property tax on the house. As an aside, you must enjoy paying taxes very much here. And I commend you for that. You are great Americans. But know that you are being screwed, okay? Just know that. You know, Irving Berlin said he loved paying taxes. It made him proud to be an American. You must be all in the spitting image of Irving Berlin. Now, the good news is you pay lower taxes than they pay in Omaha. So at least you can look down upon somebody else. And that always makes life worth living, right? Okay, let's look at the results. So we're going to put that into the analysis. The model gets run, and these are the results. This is the construction phase, 8 or 9 months. Look what you get from building 1,000 homes. And 1,000 homes is a pretty decent number based on activity around here this year. It's been higher in many years, the last couple of years lower, but it will be consistently higher going forward. $110 million in income, 12 million bucks in taxes, 2,000 jobs. So every single house creates 2 jobs in the construction phase. That's pretty cool. And 120 million bucks, roughly 125 million in taxes and income. Again, that's a lot of money. We don't appreciate how much money it is because homes are built all over the place. There's no one factory, if you will, with a big parking lot that says, oh wow, this is the impact of home building. It's dispersed over a community. No one appreciates it. Mike, where are you? So you know, what you gotta do is you have to get a big parking lot in front of H-Ball. 1,000 cars. Then they'll realize the contribution housing makes. It's your fault we underestimate home building, okay? Well, you're incoming press, so you should work together and build a big project. Project number 1, build a big parking lot. As big as here. So now, at the end of this phase, every 2 weeks, these people have a job, they have a job, they have a job, and there's some more. Just the top 3 are here. And then, what do they do with their money? What do they do with their money? What do they do with their money? Spend it. Yes, they spend it. And that gets this ripple phase going. It's roughly half as big. So remember the numbers, 112, 12, and 2. The 112 becomes 54, roughly half. The 1112 becomes 8, closer to 2/3, and the 2000 becomes roughly 1,000. This phase is roughly half as big as the initial construction phase. But remember, they're happening simultaneously. So you're not getting 2,000 jobs over this 8 or 9 months. This is year full-time equivalent jobs, actually. So it's more on a 9-month basis. You're actually getting all 3,000 jobs as the home is being built. You're not getting 110 million, you're getting 112, 110, plus 54. You're not getting just 12 million, you're also getting 9 million more. It's all happening simultaneously. You're getting the 6 feet plus the 3 more feet of stimulus from the Ripple phase. That's 9 feet. That's what you're getting. You're getting 9 feet of economic stimulus during the construction phase of the house, including 3,000 jobs. Now, of those 3,000 jobs, how many are actually in construction? No trick. 1,400. So you have 2,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,100 really. So you have like 3,100 jobs. Of those 3,100 jobs, less than half are actually in construction. So when the construction sector is doing well, the rest of the economy is doing even better. There are more jobs outside the construction sector than in the construction. There are more jobs in the construction sector than anywhere else. The largest minority of the jobs is in construction. But the absolute majority of the jobs are not in construction. The car dealer is selling more cars, a gas station guy is selling more stuff. You're selling more of those cool, funky sweaters. Whatever it is, this place is selling more funky eyeglasses. You get the idea. Everybody's benefiting from this activity, more than 50% outside home construction. Put that down. This is the third phase. That's the first phase, 2,000, 1,000, and now 600, roughly half again, right? The original number here was 120, 110, 55, 30, roughly half and half and half. And here it went from 11 to 12 actually, to 9, back to 11. This one didn't really change, but these went down substantially. So again, roughly thinking about this occupancy phase, it's roughly a quarter or a third as big as the initial phase. Construction, 110 million, Ripple 54, now 29. 2,000, 1,000, and now 600 jobs. But this phase goes on forever. These people have a job into perpetuity because these 1,000 homes need services, right? They need someone, the cashier in the supermarket, a gas station attendant, a policeman. Oh, the kids are pyromaniacs who burn down houses for kicks and giggles on weekends when they're bored, when there's no school. So you need a jailer and a judge and a couple of attorneys to deal with these pyromaniac juvenile delinquents, okay? So these 3 phases, again, this is the first phase, big. Second phase, roughly half as big. Third phase, roughly this big. Put it together and look what you get. You build 1,000 homes any given year. It doesn't really matter the year. 11, 12, 13. House prices don't change that much from year to year, right? And look what you get. You wind up with 550 million, close to $600 million for the local community over a decade. In addition, you get 3,000 temp jobs, 3.1 per house, full-time equivalents during the construction and Ripple phases, and 600 permanent jobs, teachers, policemen, firemen, and then private sector jobs as well, to cater to the needs of these households going forward. This is large. We don't appreciate this. We tend to look at the construction phase and then property taxes at the end phase. But there's more than property taxes at the end, and there's a whole Ripple phase that we've totally ignored generally in our thinking, in our lax thinking. To put this into perspective, because you're going to forget maybe a word or two of what I say when you leave. It pains me to think about that, but maybe it's true, I don't know. So I've made it easy. Look at this. Look. This is the largest employers here in Lincoln. And you can see it, single-family construction, building just a 1,000 single-family houses. Forget multi-fam, forget renovations and alterations and repairs. So this is really an underestimate of what's going on here, right? And you can see it's the 6th or 7th largest employer. You know, you're obviously a very sick city. There's lots of healthcare, healthcare. Wow. It's kind of, maybe I don't want to stay here. Lots of illness, maybe. I'm joking. Oh, Brian Health too. But you get the idea. And you build more homes, you bump up. In a good year, you could be up here in number 4 slot. So this is a major sector. So when people want to